The relentless sun bakes the dry, cracked earth of the savanna. Here, survival is a cold calculation, and the greatest power often lies in silence and venom.
Raja, an immense cobra displaced from the east, slides across the dry plain, a ribbon of lethal muscle.
He searches for cover, drawn to the slight shade offered by the few scattered acacia bushes.
His presence is a disruption, challenging the established balance of the African reptiles.
Kala is a veteran of the heat, relying on brute force and a thick, scaly defense against all challengers.
The two reptiles converge on a patch of sun-baked earth, their paths crossing with inevitable, lethal consequence. Raja senses the large, heavy reptile, a rival whose raw strength poses an existential threat.
The monitor locks onto the snake, recognizing the cobra's raised posture as a signal for intense, immediate danger.
Raja rises, spreading his iconic hood wide, a massive, terrifying silhouette against the bright savanna light. The hood is a weapon of intimidation, an attempt to make the larger beast hesitate before striking.
The monitor remains unfazed. His thick, hardened skin is a shield against psychological warfare.
Monitor knows speed is his only defense against the neurotoxin. He must be faster than the strike.
The silence of the savanna is broken only by the heavy breathing of the two massive reptiles. Kala leaping backward, kicking up a cloud of savanna dust in his wake. Monitor returns the aggression, whipping his powerful, thick tail in a wide, punishing arc toward the coils.
Cobra retreats quickly, hood still slightly flared, recalculating his approach against the lizard's heavy weapon.
Kala deliberately exposing his side, using his hard scales as bait.
Raja maintains his distance, knowing a strike against that armor will only dull his fangs and waste energy. The Cobra's strategy is now to exploit the monitor's reliance on speed and tire out the heavy reptile.
The cobra rises with increased height, showing the lizard it is poised for immediate defense, matching the movement with imposing size.
The standoff is a test of endurance in the unforgiving savanna heat, a silent pledge of ultimate destruction.
The adult female monitor lizard's rapid, complex footwork as she dodges the twin strikes, spinning on the spot.
The monitor's goal: disrupt the coiled base and prevent the snake from striking effectively.
The Komodo makes its move, clamping down fast. It's a tearing bite, the serrated teeth momentarily thinking.
The cobra whips his entire body backward violently, ripping free from the tearing jaws. He repositions quickly, instantly regaining his height and the psychological advantage of the flared hood. The monitor backs away slightly, recognizing the snake is too resilient to be pinned easily on the open ground, assessing the cobra's rapid recovery time.
The conflict has moved them toward a large, dry bush, offering the lizard a strategic pivot point.
Cobra keeps his distance, knowing the bush offers the lizard a blind spot for ambush.
Limbs. The cobra is forced to drop low, using its entire body to track the monitor lizard's movement through the soil.
The Nile monitor bursts out from a completely different side, low and fast, aiming for the boa constrictor snake's midsection.
Kala, relentlessly whipping his thick tail against the cobra's lower body.
Cobra finds a brief opening, snapping his head up and delivering a short, fast venom strike.
The poison begins to work, but the Savannah Monitor's immense body mass works to slow the toxin's spread.
Having delivered the poison, the cobra retreats to his full defensive height, watching the lizard's mounting confusion and staggering movements.
He charges forward in his fake, roaring with speed. Camp. The cobra attempts to retreat, but the monitor lizard's desperate burst of momentum closes the distance too quickly. The cobra desperately.
The monitor slams his heavy body over the center of Raja's coils, pinning the snake to the hard, dry ground.
The cobra writhes violently, trapped beneath the monitor lizard's weight. It thrashes wildly above the trapped coils in a desperate struggle for freedom. The monitor digs his claws into the dry earth, applying maximum, suffocating pressure to crush the snake's lungs. Cobra's struggle becomes desperate. The pressure threatens to collapse his internal organs and spine. The snake thrashes his tail wildly, slapping it hard against the monitor's armored rear legs. The blows are futile. The lizard's armor is an impenetrable shield against the snake's blunt force.
The Nile monitor leans its weight further, maintaining the deadly, crushing pin, lowering its center of gravity for maximum crushing power.
Cobra aims a final, quick, desperate strike toward the exposed monitor lizard head, but he is held too fast.
The brute force of the monitor lizard has neutralized the snake, seemingly winning the vicious savanna battle. The Indian cobra summons his last reserves, using the rigidity of his spine to push back against the Nile monitor's weight.
With a desperate surge, he manages to lift the monitor lizard's body a crucial, tiny fraction of an inch. The bite is deep and sustained. The cobra pumps a powerful, concentrated dose of neurotoxin into the soft tissue.
A loud, pained roar as the deep bite overwhelms the crushing pressure of his own body.
Cobra is flung across the ground, briefly free, but the venom has been delivered to a deep, vulnerable site.
The second, massive dose of venom travels through Monitor's system with terrifying speed.
Monitor stumbles awkwardly, his powerful legs losing their coordination. His speed is now compromised. Cobra recognizes the fatal shift. The Monitor is failing, and the venom has begun its inevitable conquest.
Monitor attempts one last, desperate tail lash, but the massive weapon drags weakly across the dust.
The tail sweep is wide and slow, the loss of muscle control robbing it of its lethal force.
Cobra glides in closer, circling the stumbling lizard, his hood still flared in silent, lethal domination.
Cobra finds a new, vulnerable angle, the back of the Monitor's neck where the armor is thinnest.
This third, devastating bite introduces the final, overwhelming surge of neurotoxin. Cobra shudders violently, his large body convulsing as the powerful poison takes full control. Cobra holds the bite, maintaining his deadly grip, waiting patiently for the massive reptile's systems to fail.
The Monitor Lizard's frantic movements cease. The battle of brute force versus...
The Cobra slowly releases its bite, the colossal Monitor Lizard now lying still on the dry savanna earth.
The immense effort leaves Cobra exhausted, his body trembling slightly from the immense muscular strain.
He flicks his tongue rapidly, tasting the air, confirming the silence and safety of the area.
The Cobra smoothly gliding his body out of the tight coil into a long, relaxed wave.
The Monitor Lizard, Monitor, is a massive prize, too large to be consumed immediately, but the threat is gone.
The snake raises his head, letting out a final, low hiss, a territorial declaration of victory.
Cobra is now the undisputed apex reptile on this stretch of savanna, his power affirmed in blood and venom. Cobra glides slowly toward the nearest acacia bush, seeking the small patch of shade for recovery.
The Cobra begins the process of recovery, finding a cool, shaded spot beneath the low-lying branches.
His heat-sensing pits are active, scanning the hot air for any approaching danger while he rests.
Small scavengers, a nearby jackal or vulture, will soon arrive, drawn by the scent of the fallen giant.
Cobra remains still, insulated by his venom, safe in the knowledge that he is too dangerous to disturb.
Cobra is motionless, a coiled sculpture of ultimate, cold-blooded power and efficiency.
He watches the world through slit pupils, the quiet, supreme monarch of this deadly stretch of plain.
The air cools slightly as the sun dips lower, signaling the end of the day's intense heat.
Cobra is safe, the brutal lesson learned by the Monitor Lizard, ensuring his night of uninterrupted rest. Cobra remains still, his dominance established, his focus now solely on rest and recovery.
The still body of the Komodo Monitor Lizard becomes a silent landmark for nocturnal scavengers. A spotted hyena approaches tentatively, drawn by the scent of the massive, unmoving reptile. The hyena sees the nearby resting cobra, recognizes the lethal threat, and keeps its distance. Even in sleep, the cobra's reputation acts as a powerful, venomous shield. The night passes slowly, the sound of the wind sweeping across the vast, empty plains.
Cobra is unbothered, conserving the immense energy expended in the hours of grueling, intense combat.
The first light of dawn breaks. painting the horizon in soft yellows and pinks.
Cobra stirs, his massive body slowly uncoiling, testing his strength after the night's rest.
His movements are fluid once more, his scales dusted with red earth but otherwise undamaged.
He glides toward the nearest shade, prepared to move on before the inevitable midday heat returns. The Cobra glides past the lifeless body of the Monitor, barely acknowledging its defeated foe.
The Savannah cycle is brutal and efficient. The weak fall, and the strongest survive to face the next day.
Cobra is the victor, his dominance affirmed by his ability to deploy his venom with fatal precision.
He glides toward a thick stand of golden savanna grass, seeking a place to hunt and find water.
The venom has protected him. The physical battle has tempered him, and he continues his reign. The snake stops briefly to investigate a scent, his instincts already focused on the next potential prey. He vanishes beneath the shimmering heat haze, a silent, deadly force patrolling the sun-baked earth. The King Cobra is gone, but his presence lingers, a constant shadow of danger on the open plains. The reign of the King Cobra continues, a testament to the cold, efficient power of neurotoxin.
The sun climbs higher, and the savanna returns to its brutal, hot normal. Life in the savanna is unforgiving, demanding constant vigilance and absolute ruthlessness.
The Cobra is the living embodiment of that ruthlessness, the apex predator, whose bite means certain death. The defeat of the armored Monitor serves as a lasting warning to all who contest the Cobra's territory. Cobra glides onward, his immense power hidden beneath a serene, gliding motion.
He is the King Cobra, and the savanna now understands the cost of challenging his crown. His venom is his birthright, his defense, and his ultimate, non-negotiable weapon. The Cobra pauses near a low-lying bush, seeking a vantage point to survey its new hunting grounds.
He flicks his tongue, sampling the hot, dry air for the scent of rodents or smaller, venom-susceptible prey.
The long, brutal confrontation is over, but the story of the King Cobra's dominance continues.
He is the perfect killing machine, built by nature for one supreme purpose: to reign. An Egyptian cobra glides onward, leaving the scene of the battle to the scavengers and the passing winds. His path is lonely, but his survival is guaranteed by his speed, his might, and his venom. The King Cobra glides into the shadows, a silent, venomous monarch of the savanna. In the wild, size and armor can be defeated, but the silent, calculated power of venom will always reign supreme.